Hi everyone, you are highly welcome to this week's news review coming to you from me news channel. In this edition, we will bring the latest on Soludo Solution on security of Anambra State. This focuses on the effort of the governor to bring back people to work and to ensure that the sit-at-home exists no more. The sit-at-home on Mondays exists no more. He uses his technocratic formula to pursue this agenda. However, the agenda itself has to be people's mandate and not his mandate. He may propose on what he wants to do, but it is the people that will agree on his mandate. You must understand Soludo is not new in Buhari's regime. He has been a member of the regime. He was the economic advisor to President Buhari, which many of the citizens may not know. If this is the first time of listening to us, we welcome you to this platform. We ask you to subscribe, like, share, and give us a thumb, and hit the notification button. Thank you. Listen to the full analysis of the news. The first, we think of the security in Anambra State. That is the first thing first. Security of Anambra State and the Southeast. That is the agenda of the new governor. Invitation of clergymen and bishops and religious groups, all in an attempt to stop sit-at-home and the insecurity in Southeast. We will listen to him directly from what he has to say.
Number one existential threat today in Nigeria is security. The issue of law and order, the total breakdown of law and order nationwide and the Southeast in particular. We've got cracking on that. And we've had several engagements, so we're going to engage like no other time. We're going to engage differently and very seriously. We're going to engage all the stakeholders, the good, the bad, the ugly. In this, I've been educated that the kinetic, the law enforcement officers deal with the kinetic part of it, which is the force. But you need even more than force now to be able to deal with the problem.
Thank you. You can hear from him. He needs more than force in order to deal with the problem. That is the issue. Mr. Soludo, as a governor, as a professor, learned enough to manage crisis. This is unfortunate. He came into the time when there is crisis, and it requires crisis management to handle the issue. It's not military issue, it's management, human management issue. Unfortunately, he relied on force, absolute force, to control the system. But he is today being judged by what he said when he was the governor of Central Bank, when he launched the book called Politics of Biafra. You will listen to him once again.
Saying, let's get it here. And so how can this new leadership emerge? With and then of course the entry fee is very high. The fourth, the new Biafranism, and that is my last point. And let me say that Nigeria has wittingly or unwittingly dragged the Biafran issue from the periphery into the mainstream discussion. Nnamdi Kanu, in my view, threw a bet and Nigeria took it. Today, he is the most popular political prisoner and will end up either as a hero or a martyr. But to his credit, he has forced Nigeria and the world to discuss Biafra. I believe that keeping him there does not do Nigeria any good.
Keeping him there does not do Nigeria any good. And this is why the management of his effort and the people's love for him that warranted the people to sit at home has to be properly managed. It's not what you manage with security agents. It's not what you manage with force, as he mentioned. Nnamdi Kanu's issue has gone beyond security killings, using security men to enforce what he himself called ideology. Biafra has become ideology and needs to be handled in ideological way, not in a technocratic way. If you carry technocracy into the system, it will end you to be equal to military killings. You invite agencies of the federal government, security agencies has been killing people. That became a problem, and the people no longer listen to leaders. Listen, Nnamdi case is a very serious and sensitive issue to the people of Eastern Nigeria, to the people of Biafra, as it is stated by Soludo himself. People have looked for Igbo leaders to speak for them, but unfortunately, Soludo himself, in this very book review, indicated that Igbo leaders have lost their grip. Where is their leadership when their people are being killed? Where is their leadership when people are being denied, the people of the region are being denied every federal project infrastructure? People believe that their legislators and the governors elected by them will speak for them. But unfortunately, this does not happen. They look for reasons for the people to take adequate care of what they see day by day. The leaders they elected do not speak for them. The members of the Senate, legislative houses of assembly, and the representative do not speak for them. They were looking for a Messiah to speak for them on the things being meted on them. Unfortunately, the elected members could not do so. They only relied on what they can have for themselves and their families. Then came Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom they think today is the Messiah of the poor. Why is he regarded as the Messiah of the people? For instance, in this very, you see the slide showing the nature of roads in Southeast. These people travel to other parts of the region and see by themselves the type of roads they have there. the roles the federal government sponsor and fund and finish. Then they turn back to their region and see the level of devastation. No person speaks for them. Legislators do not speak for them. Their members of House of Representatives do not speak for them. The governors did not provide such amenities for them. Then there came this crisis of management. People are looking for who will speak for them. Eventually, this came through the man they regarded as a young boy. But however, in assessment, most of those governors, legislators are not many years older than him. If it is where they said 5 years gap age grade, most of these legislators, members of the Houses of Assembly, the governors are in the same age mate with them. That is where the issue comes from. But however, Governor Soludo, there is a crisis in your table or on your table. The crisis of trying to maneuver the sit-at-home using every standard. But people are more wiser than before. That is more reason why you have to do a consultative meeting with the fellow governors of the Southeast, not only Southeast and the South-South, because the same problem prevails on the other side of the states. You have a general meeting, consult one another, find solution. It's not what is done by force. The force has paralyzed and put the new governor into jeopardy. People did not come out today as against their wishes. This is an insult. If it were to be in foreign Western world, you will resign because you gave order and the other side gave order and it never come to pass on your side. That is a rejection. You resign and put your resignation paper and go away. But in the Nigerian context, what they will do is to bring more security agencies to start going from house to house to keep people. That is not the leadership we expected Soludo, having had enough experience, having been the governor of a central bank, having been a speaker, a lecturer, with years of experience, and now a governor of a state. You could have started with a very slowly political dialogue. You will win all. You will win all if that has come on your way. Yes, you were once economic advisor to President Buhari before you took over the governorship seat. Many people may not know this. That is why it is easy for you to just come in and pick up the military system of leadership. War against indiscipline was abuse of human rights when you look at it critically, because people were abused, flogged, arrested for things the government should employ workers through the Ministry of Works and Housing to clear everywhere. But it was left for the people. Now, we welcome everyone in this channel or who watches this channel or who watch this channel to air their opinion and reason with what this channel is doing. In this very slide, we find out that Buhari himself, who is the president of Nigeria, is acting like South African apartheid president, late Peter William Botha. In the days of Botha, during the time Mandela was campaigning, agitating for the freedom of his people, South Africa, he was mistreated, put into prison, subjected to all forms of abuse or abuses. At the end of the day, Buhari has taken that form. It is not absolute for a president to ignore the human rights aspect of his citizens. But this has persistently been carried out by the president in question. In this analysis, we will then go to see reasons why Soludo's invitation to the chiefs or to the Ezes or his clergymen and all stakeholders did not stop the sit-at-home, the Monday sit-at-home. It is true, all the media houses interviews the new governor, injecting some words, trying to extract what he will do to stop the insecurity. But it is good the governor himself knew the answers. He knew the problems. He knew how to solve them earlier before he was elected. But the problem he is facing is the methodology of implementing his ideas. He is fighting with two ideas: Biafra ideology and the Soludo Solution Ideology. Can the two come together and formulate the realistic solution? That is the issue. The Ezes or traditional rulers were invited, but their question is they were not given agenda or timetable of release of Nnamdi Kanu. It is stated there that Anambra traditional rulers no release timetable for Nnamdi Kanu's before them. That is the issue. There was no agenda placed before them, and therefore they are the custodians of the customs and the safety of their people. But when you are inviting them, you invite them with all agenda on the table to prove to them that things are being done to carry out the real issue for which they were invited. They were there. It is understandable. They have to honor the invitation because they are being paid by the government. They are given the staff of office by the same government. Therefore, when the government invites them, they will honor the invitation if it is safety for them to do so, if it is reasonable for them to do so. They are all fathers and grandfathers. They know what is good. They know what most of them fought the Biafran War, for which Nnamdi Kanu is still fighting to restore. The same problems that caused the war have not been on the table for resolution. There have been issue of marginalization. Has it been resolved? No. So the Eze's or traditional rulers are aware of all these problems. But what they lack is who to put their problem to, because they talk to the governors cannot talk to the presidency, and they themselves cannot, in some cases, be heard by the president because of the nature of the system of the regime. Nnamdi Kanu, as it is, speaks for all. The Biafrans love him and he loves the Biafrans. That is the sequence of the problem. He did not cause any trouble. He only comes to speak. From the analysis, we realize that he did not cause the Biafran War. He did not cause the marginalization of Southeast. He did not create states in Nigeria. He did not ask for execution of Igbos in 1966 to 1969 or 70. He did not ask Obasanjo, Gowon, Buhari, Babangida, Abacha, and Abdul Salami to overthrow any government. He never asked them in the Nigeria system. He did not stop construction of seaport, airport, roads, infrastructures in Southeast. He never stopped any of these projects if they were to be. He never asked any of them to stop these projects. He did not stop the construction of damages done in Southeast during the war. Why did they hate him? That is the question. Political elite of Southeast hate him for the purpose for which Soludo analyzed in the review of the book launched in 2016 or 17. In this book, Professor Soludo was able to answer the questions for which Nnamdi is being detained today. Nnamdi did not read only the book, he saw it being published. He never wrote that book. Someone else wrote it. He only preached what was in the mind of the people and for which the elites refused to preach. Therefore, he became opposite of what the Igbo politicians were doing or are doing, because it's still being carried out day by day. He cries out against the crimes of Nigerian state against the Igbos, for which Professor Soludo detailed out in his review of Fodile's book. Then the question is, what are the solutions? How do they carry out and bring solutions to these problems? It is expected that Soludo came at the right time, despite his initial mismanagement of the sit-at-home. He came out at the right time. He has the knowledge. He has the prerequisite. He has everything it takes to bring solution to the Southeast. He has it. He is endowed with knowledge, but execution is the problem. Therefore, he has to go back. He has started a war. He has to finish it. He has to go back and consult his fellow governors, as he stated in his recent interview. Have meeting with them. They reach solution. They know that another problem confronting people at home is this issue of dispatching security men in the southeast. There was a recent takeover of Kaduna Airport by whatever name they give to them, by terrorists. There was a bombing of train within that very same period, of trains going from Kaduna to Abuja, whereby many people were killed. No military presence was there, and the military is not doing anything. The governor did not invite military to surround the area of the train attack, or surround the Kaduna with military men from house to house. But this is done by the normal Southeast governors. They want to be lords. I like Soludo's review. In the analysis of this Soludo's solution to the insecurity in Anambra State, in reading his interview and also his review of the book Politics of Biafra, it gives people a very good knowledge of who he is inside his educational platform than what he is in the outside the politics, or outside his educational platform. He is now on the table with the people. This is where we know how he transforms what he teaches people in his course to the reality on the ground. There is what is called translational reforms. You translate. There is difference between conventional and the translational research. There is difference between translational and the transfer to industrial platform. You read your conventional, you translate, then you put them to production. And it is then people will know that you have understood what you have read. The same thing applies in this very issue of Soludo. Yes, it is not done by force. It is done by consulting people you know that are involved, not people that will make things that will please you. Go to get idea from those who will displease you. It is from there you can be able to formulate the solutions, the way out. If you go to those who praise you, you will not know your fault. Today has been the first test of your romance with people who love you. For solutions to come, you have to go to the enemies and ask those you think is the enemies, what is your problem? Why did I wrong you? Where did I wrong you? How do we do this? How do we do that? But not using force. That is where the first failure of the governor has started. That is the area. What is the problem of the governors? The problem of the governors and the problem of political class against, including the Nigerian state, against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is his bid and purposes of fighting for restoration of Biafra. Had these things been evenly distributed, I don't think anyone, Nnamdi, his group, any person, market women, traders, artisans, civil servants, all people of all walks of life would have had the intent to sit at home or to love Nnamdi. Nnamdi is loved. We have to take it from what Professor Soludo himself has said. He is loved by his people. Reasons. One of the reasons remained that he wants his people to enjoy the same services. He wants them to enjoy the same services being given to people of other regions. Nigeria is divided into three: the north, the west, and the east. North, southwest, and southeast. The federal government of Nigeria provides services for the northwest, then the north as a whole, then came into the southeast and divided them south-south, provide for south-south, and refused to provide for southeast. That is where the problem is. Then Nnamdi, in his quest for restoration, in order to provide such services for his people, then demanded for restoration of Biafra. And in this, he wants them to have provisions of good health, good medical facilities, and insurance scheme, standard pension schemes, free medical care, transport, pension, housings for all the old people, irrespective of whether you are a civil servant or you are a trader or you are an artisan before, but everybody will have the same housing facilities when you are old. Provide them with good housing for everyone, good housing schemes for everyone, affordable. If you want to buy a house, if you want to rent a house, it will be affordable depending on how wealthy or whatever you have. After all, in Europe, no person is sleeping outside. The government starts taking care of the elderly. Once you retire, they pay for your transport, they provide you all the services, everything is free for you. That is the price they are paying for you to be an elderly citizen, and which Nnamdi, in his restoration bid, wants to ensure the people of the southeast or Biafra, whatever name it may stand to have. That is his motive. You have mechanized agriculture for all, food for everybody. That is what, unfortunately, the political elders in the south do not want. I like what Professor Soludo said. They said all these elites want to answer Ochirozo of their communities. They want to be known alone. That is a good analysis he made. And coming out to say he is the governor of the poor is a good projection. But his fight against the ideology he mentioned is where the problem lies. How do you fight ideology? And that was his question. You don't fight ideology, but he wants to fight it. You don't fight it, you only take care of ideology be part of the ideology to resolve the ideology, or to resolve the crisis within the ideology. It's not by use of security agents, by force. It doesn't work. You are dealing with people who are now in a technology world. They have handsets and they read news. They know everything that is happening outside. It is unfortunate that the leaders believe that the people they are ruling are dumbs. They don't know anything. But we have many of the citizens outside the country who witness and see how other leaders lead their people. And that is what they want them to do. But unfortunately, you give them money for development, they convert it to their personal use, or for their personal use, or they use the money allocated for the state to build their private estates, private planes, save billions of dollars and the naira for their families. This is the problem. So whosoever that says no to it has entered into a very big war with them. And that is the issue today. We employ everyone that have listened to this news to subscribe to this news, to share it, to give us a thumb, and go for the notification. You hit it, you will receive the analysis of this news, and this comes in a regular form. In the next episode, we will bring you a new development, and we ask the governor to liaise with everyone in a cordial manner. You grew up with the people, you know their mentality, you know their psychological effect, you know their hatred and the likes. Any impact of wrongdoing, you have to understand this. You work with them. They have suffered a lot from the Civil War from 1945. Their people have been killed till death. You don't kill anymore. You ask your fellow governors in the southeast to stop killing. You liaise with them to stop the militarization of the southeast. You are more qualified. You look at your profile. You look at the profile of other governors. You look at the way they came to power. You look at how you came to power. You call them together. You stop this menace in Southeast. And you will then see people themselves, they will sit back and say enough is enough and we will go to work. But don't force them. The roles today showed you that you misplaced it. A misplaced priority is a failure. Thank you and stay well. We bless you. We ask you, God be with you all for listening. For those enemies of Nnamdi Kanu, for those who do not want development in the system, for those who want crisis, for those who are working against the development of the nation or the southeast, we pray and ask you, please take it easy and work together. God bless you all. Bye.